It is the former Gillingham and Millwall striker Tony Cascarino and me, Natalie Sawyer, with you until 9 o'clock today. Time for us to make a let's start again. Time for us to take a look at what's making the headlines in the newspapers. And joining us to do that this morning, it is sports journalist Will Pugh. Will, good morning.
Hi, Will.
Morning, Nat.
Have a
Morning,
little
Cass.
boogie there to our music.
I do.
noticed.
It's becoming a bit of a trademark of mine now. I do like
it's the way of getting you going, isn't
it?
it?
A bit of energy,
Yeah.
exactly.
I always
before
feel
my
that
little
one has a
stint.
bit of an 80s kind of feel, that little tune there.
Fortunately, I wasn't born in that decade, so I couldn't tell you
That's
one way or the
disgusting,
other, I'm
isn't it?
afraid. Sorry,
That
guys.
is a disgraceful thing to say.
Unfortunately, I wasn't.
Oh dear. Right, we'll quickly move on. Manchester City making lots of headlines today.
Yep, dominating the back page headlines as they have done all week. Guys, the Daily Mirror, they're out to get us by Gideon Brooks. Pep Guardiola, an absolute bombshell press conference yesterday. The Daily Telegraph, Guardiola rails against witch hunt by James Ducker. And the Times, Pep will relish this fight, but defeat would crush him by James Gearbrandt. Obviously, we've all heard the bombshell press conference, as I mentioned, that Pep Guardiola gave yesterday, pointing fingers at the other Premier League clubs, declaring that he'll stay whatever happens. One thing I did like, saying that if Man City do drop down to the Championship, they'll get Paul Dickoff and Mike Summerby back, which I was a big fan of that. But the interesting piece, or the bit that caught my eye this morning in the Times by James Gearbrandt, as I mentioned there, Pep will relish this fight, but defeat would crush him. I mean, he does make the point that none of these allegations are pointed at Pep Guardiola, and that he's not, said to be involved in any of the alleged 115 breaches that Manchester City are alleged to have made, as I've said. However, it's quite interesting. He makes the point that, does this, of all of the amazing success that Pep Guardiola has had at Manchester City, cementing his status as, if not the greatest manager of the modern era, perhaps the greatest manager of all time, does this cast a shadow over all of the excellent work he's done? Cass, do you find that his legacy, if they are found guilty of these charges, will be affected the same? No?
Not to me, because he has a playing style that is his game, his style. You can recognise a Pep Guardiola team straight away, and you can't sit here and say what a beautiful way of playing. Now, the luxuries and all what's gone behind the scenes, we don't know, but they have had huge amounts of money to buy some extraordinary players. But what he serves up as a manager, what you witness, is extraordinary.
Yeah.
I don't think you can take that away from him.
No, but he does make the point, James, Nat, as well, that he has always had a gross amount of riches wherever he's been. Bayern Munich, Barcelona, now Manchester City. It's sort of easy to point the finger, and Pep critics will say, well, if he didn't have that, he wouldn't be as good.
Well, sorry, I was going to just say just a quick one on that. If you listen to all the clubs he's had players at, they've all said, Pep improved me.
And he does.
And if you're the best manager, the best clubs who tend to be the richest clubs are going to come in for you. That's just the way it goes, unfortunately.
You can't criticise him for not taking charge of Huddersfield or whatever.
No, absolutely not. The only thing you can criticise him is sometimes some of the decisions he makes that we all go, why has he done that?
The big game glitch, it's referred to. Yeah,
that's it.